DevOps in 5 minutes, the quick and easy guide. So first of all, we're going to be looking at what is DevOps, what skills are needed, if it's for you, what's the salary. So first of all, the journey begins. DevOps is not another person, it's a new way of working. It's a combination of dev and ops, like peanut butter and jelly. They work together, it tastes great. And this is what DevOps is. It's a synergy between two teams, development and operations. What's the goal, of course? The goal is to ship higher quality software faster than ever. So why do we need DevOps? Well, let's go back in time to the developer's story. They used to have slower releases. Every release used to take months, not even weeks. They used to use a waterfall method and not an agile method. They had bug fixes. So for example, they'd fix one bug, they'd run the test, and then they'll release it, and then there'll be two more that popped up. And they worked in silos. So development and operations, they used to communicate to each other very rarely when there was a deployment. So the developer would spend the whole month deploying the application, testing on their machine, and then making an artifact and giving it to the operations, saying, look, it works on my machine, let's try it on the operations machine, let's see if it can be deployed to the world. And the problem was that when they deployed it, it didn't even work. So they had to go back and forth through emails, set up guides. Nothing was automated, everything was done manually. It was a nightmare. So how did DevOps transform developers' life? There was better teamwork. Developers and operations are now best friends because they communicate more. They don't have failing systems. There's faster releases. It used to take months, now it happens in days and sometimes minutes. There's higher quality in the development. So there's fewer bugs, which means happier customers, which equals to more money for the business. It allows for automation, so no more repetitive tasks. Instead of every Monday downloading or switching on environments, you can do it now through an automated script. It allowed developers to focus on innovation, add more features, build new products for companies so they can earn more money. And of course, higher quality development, which equals fewer bugs, happier users, and more money for the company. It allowed for continuous improvement. There was a culture of learning, adaptation, and process upgrades. This allowed developers to regularly assess and upgrade the tools and infrastructure to stay ahead of the competition. And it also allowed feedback loops for ongoing system and performance optimization. So what is this DevOps engineer? Well, it's basically all the points that I've mentioned now all in one person, all in one role. Their whole purpose is to accelerate development, minimize manual work, and enhance stability and foster continuous improvement. So what skills do you need to have to become a DevOps pro? The skills and tools you use will be different from each company, as you can see on here. Every company will have a mix of 3 to 4, 5 to 6, depending on how big they are. But in general, to become a DevOps pro, you need coding and scripting skills, the language of automation, of course. You could use HCL, which is Terraform, infrastructure as code, Bash scripting to automate tasks, Python to create your applications or to create your own job, depending on what you want to do. And also you have to master the tools. So we have containerization where you're using Docker. We have microservices where you're using Kubernetes and you're using Jenkins to create pipelines for automated deployment. As well as a DevOps engineer, you need to be comfortable with one of the 3 big cloud providers, AWS, Azure, and GCP. A DevOps engineer is also someone who loves to problem solve, someone who's a team collaborator because you'll be connecting with internal and external stakeholders. So why become a DevOps engineer? Well, 77% of companies are either planning to use or adopt DevOps. The demand is increasing so much that salaries have even grown to over 6 figures a year, depending on where you are. So, for example, the average base salary in the US is $133,000, and that's not even looking at the top end. As well, DevOps allows you to be flexible. Depending on your company's policy, you can work from anywhere. You can even have more control over the work-life balance you have. You can even go to a country cheaper than yours and have cost savings and even have lower commute times. And this is what it's all about, working with a work-life balance. Slow vacationing, where you move to a different country, see the culture, explore, and also work at the same time. So these are just a few companies, well, not a few, quite a big, large-scale companies that use DevOps. So basically, if you have the skills and you're willing to work and you have a good name for yourself, then the world is your oyster. Thank you. If you have any questions, or if you want to know more about DevOps, please comment, like, share, and I'll look forward to the next video. Bye.